All opinions and comments expressed by the hosts and guests of this podcast are solely those of the individual speakers and do not represent the views or positions of any theater or theatrical organization with which they may be affiliated. Welcome to the ACT Podcast, Actors Creating Together, a podcast dedicated to theater here in the South Texas area. And now, here are your hosts, Jessica, Cameron, and Mario.
Okay, guys, we're back for episode 8, and we have a great show this time around. Jessica and Cameron is here with me. Hello, guys.
How are you?
And we have a special guest, Sabrina Delgado.
Hello.
How you doing? You might know her from shows, being in shows. She's in everything. And behind the scenes as well. So
Yes.
we're here to talk to her and just have a little conversation with her, and then maybe have her stay with our topic this week and talk to her about that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay, so how you doing, Sabrina?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. Yesterday was Halloween.
We all had that fun.
So yeah, I'm very tired.
So we're going to start our interview with you, and just tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you, which I don't think there's very many of us out here that don't know who you are. But for those who don't, the few, please tell us who and what you've been up to.
Like you said earlier, my name is Sabrina. I have been doing theater since I was 18 years old. I started at the Aurora Arts Theater where I was in West Side Story. I was just in the ensemble back then. That was my very first show ever. And fun fact, I did not audition for that show. So I've been at Aurora since I was 18, and then I've also done shows at Harbor Playhouse. The last show I did there was A Christmas Carol, I think 2 years ago at this point, 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Sorry.
These shows all just start kind of,
Blending.
I can't remember which show came first, which show came second at this point.
Well, you're currently working on a show.
I am currently working on a show. It is Elf. We open in 20 days as of November 1st. So we're coming down to the wire. It's very cool. My eyes twitching because I'm like, oh my God, 20 days. But yeah, so we opened the weekend before Thanksgiving, November 21st. And then we'll close the weekend after Christmas, or the Saturday after Christmas, December 27th.
Okay.
So that's very fun. It's very chaotic right now, but it's okay.
Yeah,
It's actually a good chaos, though.
it's coming together slowly.
It's coming together. We just finished choreography this week, and we started blocking, and we have all of Act 1 blocked. So then coming Monday, we'll start blocking Act 2, and then we just start running the show as much as we can. And then we also did costumes this week, too, for the most part.
Wow. Is there a lot of people in the cast? How many people are in the cast? Because I know you have like the younger kids and the young adults.
Adults in the show.
It's mainly adults, and then we have like 5 kids.
5, 6 kids.
5, 6 kids. They're gonna be our little elves.
Oh,
They're not little. They're all taller than me.
At age.
In age-wise, they're all
what are you?
5'1" on a good day.
That's, I
With
mean,
heels.
it's short.
With heels.
It's like short compared to like I'm 5'9", so like
Yeah.
a lot is short to me. And 5'1" isn't that
It's
much.
average.
Average.
It's average for like Corpus Christi and South Texas area.
Yeah.
When you go up north, people are pretty tall up
They
there.
get taller as we go up to the.
As you go up north, the people get taller. So,
Funny. That is funny.
but I get it from my mama.
So then what are all of your roles in the show right now?
So I'm stage manager. I did a little bit of choreography. We have 3 choreographers for the show for the most part. And then I am understudying for the role of Deb, opening weekend and the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
This Saturday and Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving.
That's
So,
a lot
yes.
for one show.
But it's nice. It's nice to just sit in and just watch the progression of the show right now. And then when I jump in, as you as anyone has been on stage before, when an understudy goes on, it's a completely different show.
Okay.
So,
It is.
I apologize in advance for my cast because I don't know what I'm going to do when I get up there. I'm going to kind of just wing it and hope for the best.
Sometimes those are good accidents, though.
Yeah,
Like,
those are
past one
good
good scenes, especially like in Shakespeare when you had summer studies. It tends to be they're just as good. It's just a different show,
Mhm.
and it adds to it, in my opinion. It doesn't for somebody I guess who saw it every night. It gets to be. It's good that you see something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it.
In Shakespeare, one scene that you were in where there was a mishap with an understudy with the straw and the Coca-Cola.
Oh my God.
Oh, that
I
was
was like, what happened? Yes. And then we just
So funny.
stared, and that was with Drake Jackson that
Yes.
is directing Elf.
Yes.
Yeah, he understudied Oberon. We were in this cafe or the commissary. I was like, what was it called? The commissary, yes. And he has a bit where he is supposed to blow bubbles in like a Coke bottle. And I guess it was filled up a little extra that day. So when he went to go blow the bubbles, everything just came back and sprayed all over his face, sprayed all over me, sprayed all over the table. And that genuinely felt like an SNL skit. Drake and I almost just was like, it's time to go. We gotta go. Because we just stared at each other because
Trying to hold that
we
laugh.
both knew that if one of us spoke, it was game over. We were gonna laugh. So we just stared at each other, and the audience was just staring at us, and it was honestly one of my favorite mishaps that has ever happened on stage.
Good.
And that Drake and I still talk about that today. Because we're like, when we got off the stage, I collapsed to the floor and started crawling to the dressing room because I couldn't stop laughing. It was so bad.
Bad in a good way.
No, yes,
Bad in a good
bad
way.
in a good way. And then like everyone we knew was in the front row, under the sound booth.
Right.
So we could feel their eyes on us, and we were just like, don't laugh, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't laugh. And I think eventually I had to like just turn and face the other way
It was
and
good.
stop laughing.
It was all good. It was so funny.
Yes.
Cameron, you're quiet today. Any questions for the lovely Sabrina?
I mean, all the questions I have, I can basically answer myself.
Wow.
We're in the show together.
But this is all about Sabrina.
It's all about me.
Well, excuse me. Pardon me. In all the shows you've stage managed, what has been the most hectic moment for you?
The most hectic moment. That's a good question. Little Shop with Chris. Just that's in general. Just no, there was a scene that we were struggling with blocking for some reason. Just every time we did it, it didn't look right. It didn't. We were like, something's missing, something's, and then eventually, it was Chris and Robert Ramos. They just blocked the scene themselves because we were like, I think it was more of a scene where the actors had to do it themselves. It wasn't something that a director could block because it really showed off the chemistry between Robert and Chris was playing Seymour. This was a Little Shop of Horrors. Chris was playing Seymour and Robert was playing the dentist. And then I don't know if y'all have ever seen Little Shop of Horrors, but it's very like creepy. That scene is very creepy and kind of weird. It's right before the dentist dies. So he has like the gas mask on and he's laughing and Chris is kind of just like, I didn't kill him. Just killed him. But I feel like that was the most chaotic moment because we're like we had everything else blocked but this scene and we just could not figure it out. No, it wasn't opening day, but it was like tech week. It was cutting it close.
Yes.
And it wasn't something that we were putting off. It was just every time we did it, it just didn't look or feel right.
Yeah.
Everyone felt like something was missing.
Yeah.
That was also another show that I did with the late Peter Lopez.
Mm.
So I've stage managed 3 shows. and 2 of them were Peter Lopez,
Mm.
and then the elf with Drake.
Wow.
I've heard so many amazing things about Peter.
He's amazing.
I met him once right before he, like,
Mm-hmm.
literally a week before he got sick. I met him, and
I've known him since high school.
oh wow.
So I met him when I was 17. When my dad was like, "You need to do something other than cheerleading,"
Mm.
and
That can only take you so far.
I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do a sport if that's where you're trying to."
Sports? No, Dad. No.
I like another sport. Cheerleading is. I want to make that known. Cheerleading is a sport.
That's hard. That's a sport.
So I was just like, and it was going in my senior year. This was the end of my junior year because we always did auditions for like the spring shows right before we went off for Christmas break. And so he was like, "You need to do something else," and I was like, I guess I can kind of dance. I can kind of sing. I can do this. And it was a show called Back to the 80s. And then last minute our principal pulled the show.
No.
Yeah. And so my theater teacher, Sherry Davis, I don't know if y'all know who Sherry Davis is. She wrote a show in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And we like put it together
Wow.
like overnight basically because we had to get it all we were opening in like 2 weeks, so we were just like, okay, well, but I went to a Catholic school, so it was kind of hard to find appropriate shows.
Is that why he pulled it?
Yeah, he said that it was too inappropriate.
Well, I lived through the 80s, so yes, it was.
Pre-approved it before you put all that hard work into it?
Yeah, I mean, luckily it wasn't too bad. Like choreography we hadn't even started yet. It was mainly just we did like mainly scene work because I was in the ensemble for that one. So the leads were like already starting to work, but then it was just like, no, just kidding. And and then we did the show that she did. And then the next year we did High School Musical where I played Sharpay Evans. And Peter,
Nice.
Peter worked with me a lot on that one.
That's
And then he couldn't get rid of me.
Yeah.
And it was literally up until like this year that I had talked to him. It was weird. It was very, very weird to when he passed away for me. It's still weird.
I mean, it was for all of us who knew him. So
hmm
let's see. Other questions. So acting. We're gonna go to the acting side.
hmm
What's your favorite role that you've done?
Ooh. Oh no. Diana Morales in the chorus line.
Oh yeah.
That one really, really sorry, Jessica. I know I was just in the show that you directed.
You're good. No offense taken. It was a good character though, but
Yes.
definitely I can see how not the favorite though.
No, yes. Diana, well, first of all, my mom's maiden name is Morales.
Oh okay.
So that was it already touched my heart to play a Morales.
Right.
But the show itself, I don't know if y'all know what a chorus line is. The show itself, it's about ensemble people. It's about getting in the ensemble to be on Broadway. And it's just dance after
That
dance
sounds
after
like really
dance.
good.
And it hit home with all of us. All my best friends were in it. Like, and that was, I want to say that was the last show Deb directed at Aurora, Deb Aguilar. And she put all of us in it. It was like me, MJ, Ashley. And so that was another reason why that show is so important to me because all my friends were in it. And we all just had like no drama. It was such a tight bond, probably because we already had the bond beforehand. But the show itself, it's what we do. It's all about the audition. And so I cried. I had this big monologue at the end of the show and I cried almost every night because it's saying like I want to be that girl. I want to be
But it just shows how that role truly was your favorite and how it really touched you. And
if I
like,
ever have an opportunity to do that show again, I will 100% jump on the opportunity or direct it or just
that'd be awesome.
do something involving that show again would be the icing on my
So what theater did it? Was it Aurora?
It was
Aurora.
Aurora, yeah.
Okay.
The majority of the shows I've done were at Aurora or are at Aurora. But I have done shows at Harbor too. One show at Harbor, that I did was Grease. And
That'd be a fun one.
It sounds.
the first week of rehearsals, we were doing a lift, and my friend just lets go and drops me on my back.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I'm laughing about it now. At the time, I was not laughing.
Oh,
I'm laughing about it now because it's just like, oh, really? Are you seriously just dropped me? But it was,
like from over the head, or
I jumped on him and he was supposed to like lean me back, but he grabbed me by the thighs. So when I leaned back, I just went.
oh, shit.
Then I remember just staring at the ceiling and just being like, well, that just happened.
ow.
But I know that was probably not the best example to give for my harbor side, but that memory is a core memory for me.
I always remember because we did Rocky together, and
Yes.
I played Dr. Scott, and there was that scene where we were singing, and you kind of flew over my lap.
Mhm.
I was always afraid that I was going to slip out, and you were going to fall because I always remember to put the brakes on the wheelchair because if not, it slips, it moves. So I always stop where I block it, and
Mhm.
right when you sit there, one night I didn't do it, and I could feel that I wasn't, and so I had to
And then
kind
it's
of
just
go down.
it's like laying
She just laid down like this, and I'm like, okay.
I played Columbia to his Dr. Scott,
yes.
and in a song called Eddie's Teddy, I sing a bit, and I'm being very dramatic, and I like threw myself on Dr. Scott for the drama.
The drama.
Yes, but I never even like considered the wheelchair, to be honest.
Every night I was so worried. That and when you pushed me into the stage because there's that little ramp.
Hi, Hosel.
Yeah, I was like, she just one night we missed the ramp and we missed and Sabrina just was going straight on. She was just I'm going onto the stage and she just went. I'm like, oh, we're missing. I'm trying to get her to move this to the left a little bit and we missed the ramp on one wheel and the wheelchair kind of went forward. And I had to like everybody said, silly girl. I just said silly girl and then she just rolled me into this. But it was like from that part, I was like always conscious of if I'm gonna drop her, if she's gonna fall, and that every time when you went across my mind, I was always like, I can't hold still because I don't want her to fall. I don't want her to fall. So anyway, sorry, just I shared that.
Columbia was another favorite role of mine.
That
you did
would
really
be
good
a
on it.
good role.
That
Yeah,
one,
you did it.
I would come home with like bruises and like so like I would for that role, I just threw myself on the ground whenever I had an opportunity to. And then my one favorite thing about playing Columbia, and I always bring it up with like my friends. I don't bring it up with Chris, but opening night, I slapped Chris. I have another like monologue, and I go, "I love you. I really loved you," and I slapped him, and Chris just looked at me, and I looked at him because he didn't know I was gonna do that. I didn't even know I was gonna do that. We got off stage, and I was like, "I'm so sorry." He was like, "No, the audience ate that up. Dude, you keep doing it."
So did you keep slapping
Yeah,
every
and then I slapped him every night.
night?
And then he told me at one point my slaps got progressively harder, and I was like, "Oops." I was taking out a lot of frustration on that guy.
Poor Chris.
But that was the second time me and Chris were in Rocky together, and the first time I slapped him too. I played Magenta, and when he was Rocky,
Okay.
one of the million times he's done it,
Yeah.
and there's a point where like I'm circling him and I'm supposed to basically be like, yeah, he's hot, he's fine. And I would slap his stomach. And people would say, slap him. And I went, okay. We just kept that too. He had like at one point he had like my handprint on his stomach. He just kept
That's funny.
The torture.
the torture.
That's acting.
It's acting. But I guess when you're on stage with your best friend, it's kind of
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah.
it's kind of everything's thrown out the window.
So doing theater with Sabrina is a sport.
Could be violent.
Like,
Could be dangerous.
you might end up with bruises. Sorry in advance if I ever do a show with you. Either that or I'm just throwing myself on the floor.
Yeah, You have to sign a waiver.
I'm
Gotta
calling
sign,
in the
gotta
person.
sign a waiver to.
Yes, liability waiver at the front door.
Oh, that's so good.
Camera.
So, what has been the most challenging role for you?
Ooh, good question.
Honestly, Columbia. She's very high energy and she's moving around a lot, and like Diana, it was like a different type of endurance for between Diana and Columbia. Because Diana, yes, you're dancing and it is high energy, but it's more like sharp movements, where Columbia, it's you're flailing your body around. And Mariah, who plays Columbia this year, she's doing a phenomenal job. Or I guess she did a phenomenal job. I don't know. Today's our closing day.
Yeah.
So past tense, I guess. And like she does a whole, I didn't do the tap solo when I was Columbia and she's doing it, and seeing her do it, I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. Because I was already so exhausted after every show as Columbia that if I had done that tap solo, oh no, I would be falling asleep on the stage. And so for Columbia, the endurance, it was harder because it was not controlled, or it was so chaotic controlled, I guess. I don't know how else to say that. Chaotically controlled, that it took more energy out of me than Diana's role, or when I was Diana. Maybe I don't know how to talk.
We also had both double features on Saturdays too, so that.
Double features are the death of me. I dread a double feature. I'll do it any day, but I dread a double
It's
It's very
feature.
exhausting.
I would sleep good on Sunday though.
Red Bulls galore.
Red Bulls, and then
Red Bull, if you'd like to sponsor us, really.
Alani
energy
now
drink.
I'm into Alani's.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get started on that.
As Cameron goes to take a drink out of.
A monster.
It's empty. Sadly, it's empty.
Ah, boo.
So what do you look to do for the future? I mean, you're acting, you stage directed, you're choreographing. Is directing something that you want to do?
Yeah, directing would be the next thing I want to do. I think I have to assistant direct first before I am able to direct something. So hopefully in the year 2026, I get to assistant direct with somebody.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, directing is definitely on my bingo card
Yeah.
for advancing my community theater career. And then definitely more choreographing. When I first choreographed, the first show I choreographed was actually last year. It was Bugsy Malone. It was 1,000 kids. There was so many kids. It threw me for a loop, honestly.
It was a great show, though.
It was a good show, but it was so many kids. That was very chaotic too. So that was just like I dipped my toe in it, but I would love to choreograph adults because there are dance moves that kids can't. Well, they can do, but I know it's hard for them to comprehend, and I'm learning that with Elf right now. Do you know the Charleston?
Yeah.
Like it's hard for kids to do the Charleston, where I know like an adult can do it.
Right.
Unless it's this adult.
I can teach you. Don't worry. I can teach you.
You saw my auditions for.
I was in your group.
That's true.
So I did not see your audition.
Behind you.
Yes.
Teaching you because I needed someone who knew the steps.
Yes. I've been dancing since I was 3. So dancing is second nature to me, but now I'm learning how to teach it. So I definitely want to do more shows and do different types of shows, choreographing wise, so that I can learn how to teach.
Right.
Because I can dance all day, but the teaching part is I'm really struggling with right now. Yeah, it's a completely different beast.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I think I kind of have the gist of teaching kids or teenagers. They're not kids. I keep calling them kids. They're like 13, 15 years old. They're teenagers.
Yeah.
But they're my babies because I've known them since they were
Kids.
real little. Yes. So yes, eventually I do want to choreograph adults so that I can expand that. I'm even choreographing a quince right now.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's also has thrown me for a loop because I've never done that before.
Wow.
So I'm kind of just
That's a
trying
good
to
project.
yeah, and there's 4 dances with that one.
Wow.
It's getting bigger. When I was he said when I was a kid, just you walked in and you danced one song and that was it. That
Yeah,
was like a whole production.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Because
If you don't put on a production,
she
it
has
ain't
a
nothing.
boys
Yeah.
dance, a girls dance, a cumbia, and a waltz.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That's a
How
show.
many attendants does she have? What's the proper word? Is it attendance?
Damas,
Well, there's damas and
Damas,
escorts.
escorts, and damas.
The damas are the girls, the escorts are the men.
It's yeah.
Okay. So how many does she have of that?
She has. Well, she just added 2 more. So
How much time do you have to teach them on this?
to January. So we started really early. It was kind of both me and her mom's idea to start really early, because we're going into the holiday season, and I know everyone's busiest schedules are during the holidays or yeah. I don't know what I'm saying at this point.
She needs a beer. The shots are coming. The shots are coming.
Can you make us an amaretto sour, please? At 11:49 in the morning.
A mimosa.
There you go.
Mimosa hour.
Most of the time.
So yeah, I've been doing that on top of Elf, on top of working like just at my job.
So this is the shout out that if you have a Kids Day coming up and you need some choreography, reach
I
out
got
to Sabrina.
you.
Sabrina got you.
Yes. Well, and I met the girl through her brother. Her brother was in Bugsy. So I guess that's how they were like, "Oh, she choreographed Bugsy. She can choreograph a quince." Never done it in my life before. And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." I was very ambitious that night. And then I was like, "Well, I'm not going to drop. I'm going to try. I'm going to do it." And I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. For a while there, maybe it was with just doing shows back to back to back, because I used to do that back to back shows. Now I'm like teaching myself to take breaks in between shows. But I kind of lost my passion for dance. It felt more like a chore and like something I had to learn, or like yeah, had to learn or had to teach. But with I guess being able to choose my own projects now, it really started bringing back the passion that I missed for like I want to say a few years. Um, so yeah, that I'm very grateful for all the opportunities I've had when it comes to choreographing.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
So, what would be a dream show to choreograph?
Ooh, that's a hard. I would love to do like Grease or Footloose.
Oh,
Like
Footloose would be fun too.
Oh, yeah.
kind of one of those shows. I've already been in Greece, so I would love the opportunity to choreograph Grease. I was not in Footloose, but I did see it the last time they did it at Aurora, and I love the music. It's a jukebox musical, so it's all music that everyone, for the most part, knows.
Right.
So I think that would be a really fun show to choreograph.
That'd be wonderful.
Now to be in Chicago, 100%.
We've got to convince Aurora to do Chicago.
We have to.
I mean, I've seen that movie one too many times, so it's like,
Well, I used to not want to be in the show. I always thought it was like kind of too big for me.
Nothing's too big.
But I guess I've been a little ambitious lately. But I was in cabaret, and that type of dance was very different than any type of other dance. Which Brandon, who you've had on the show, is the one that choreographed cabaret. Love Brandon. He's one of my best friends.
He's phenomenal.
So trying that style of dance really kind of opened up my eyes into the world of Fosse and jazz and slow. And I've taken a couple of jazz classes like throughout my years. But I don't know. Now it seems like Chicago would be such like a cool show to be in. It's very like it's very jazzy, which is different than what normal musical theater is, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong. People like real musical theater people are probably gonna listen to this and be like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I'm like, you're right. Like, I'm giving my opinion.
Exactly.
musical theater in general is just such a beautiful array of different categories. I don't think you
Mhm.
can put it into what's traditional, what's not traditional,
Mhm.
because the way that it's it's everything, you know? I don't know how to say that in a better term than everything. It's just so many different moods and feelings that they can give you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a theater person like growing up. Like I love to sing, I love to dance, but I, musical theater was never on my radar, or theater in general was never on my radar until my junior year of high school when my dad was like, "You need to do something else," and I was like, "Okay, well I can do this." That's where I really like started falling in love with it, and then when I was in West Side Story, back in 2016, that's where it really started opening my eyes to different theaters. And then Aurora hasn't gotten rid of me since. So unfortunately,
I'm in love with it.
I've been there since 2016 and I'm gonna be there until whenever.
That's cool.
That's good.
That's really cool. It's a big family.
Mhm.
Aurora's been
Yeah.
phenomenal. And I know we try to stay very neutral in all of our
Mhm.
Yeah.
conversations,
Oh yeah.
for sure on the podcast, but they're the first theater to open up their arms to me and bring me in since I've moved here. So there's a big spot in my heart for them,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do. So I guess that's the end of our interview.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep on going with the topic
Ooh.
Yes.
of the day, and
Take a quick little musical break.
yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're gonna speak about our topic of the day, and this episode's topic is the art of rehearsal, making the most of rehearsal time and dealing with creative fatigue. We're gonna go around the room here. We still got Sabrina, and we're gonna talk to all of us. And you know what? We're gonna have Sabrina first.
Oh.
What do you think, Sabrina? Tell us.
Speak your mind.
Ah, I got nervous. um, can you say the question one more time?
Yes, the art of rehearsal. And my phone went off, and I didn't say that.
Making the best out of the
Making the
Making the
most of
best-
rehearsal time and dealing with creative fatigue.
Got it. Okay. My biggest pet peeve is when my time is wasted at rehearsal. Um, Drake has been very good about when we call people, we use those people, and there's no downtime. There's you're either blocking a scene, dancing, working on music with Holly, or doing costumes with Mary, or doing a costume with Mary. What directors always should remember, especially in like our field, community theater, we don't get paid for this.
Mm-hmm.
We still have lives outside of this. Well, that was a harsh way to say that. But we still have other things to do
Sure.
and have families and have jobs. So when you call somebody to a rehearsal, you need to have that in the back of your head. If you know that you are not going to use this person, why are you going to call them? Because that is also another way to just make the actor frustrated, and to that burns them out because they're like, well, why I don't want to be here if I'm never going to be used,
Right.
or in this like in a sense like that.
Mhm.
It's very important to, for when you are planning your rehearsal schedule, to know exactly who's called or exactly know what you're doing that day. Um, the first week of rehearsals, actually, I think it was read through of rehearsals for Elf. Drake and I sat down and we did a month by month calendar. It wasn't like a very detailed calendar, but it was like okay, we're dancing from this day to this day. We're doing music from this day to this day. We're blocking these scenes on this day. We're doing this on this date, which helped us lay out who was going to be called and when we needed to call them. And it also gave us a good layout of how long we thought certain things would take. Like, for what was that one you're in?
Which one?
You're not in it. Oh yeah, finale. Finale took 2 days to teach because there's so many of them and so diverse. So in that case, yes, you would call everybody. But for this past Thursday's rehearsal example, we did all like the elf scenes. So why would we call like the adults if we're only really just working with the kids and Buddy and Santa? Um, and then it's the stage manager's job to make sure that the right people are being called. Um, every day I'll post. Well, okay, hold on. Not every Sunday because I every Monday for sure. I will post a week at a glance
Mhm.
so that people know what is expected of the week. But I also make it known that rehearsal schedules are tentative. Anything could change because people have lives and because there are outside factors that affected us. Like this past Tuesday, we were at the church, at Peter Lopez's church,
Right.
because there was a recital going on at the theater. So you always have to stay on top of who's being called, why they're being called, and how long they're being called for. Because sometimes you don't need them the whole time.
Sure.
So start off with the biggest group and then just dwindle. That's my opinion on that though. And that's probably only because I have a really bad pet peeve of having my time wasted.
Sure. No, that's understandable.
And I think it's easier with musicals to keep everyone to say everybody has something to do every day. Because if
Mhm.
you're not blocking your with your music director and you're singing, and if
Mhm.
you're uh, not doing that, you're with your choreographer. And if you have a theater with multiple rooms to do that, multiple areas to have everybody working at once, yeah, no, absolutely. And then for ensembles, I agree. If we're working on with primary cast, there's no need for the ensemble to come that day.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. So I know on the director end, doing our very best to make sure. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, don't call everybody for every day. They don't need to always be there by any means.
Cause it just gets them, and of course with like the kids were kind of my main priority because they don't have a car.
That's true.
They are being brought by their parents. So you don't you can't just think about the kids, you have to think about the parents too.
Yeah.
And I know, well, I'm not a parent, but I have a cat. Um, but I can just imagine as a parent, you don't want your time wasted, even though you're not in the show yourself. You still have to take someone or pick someone up or um, make sure that they have a costume piece or just there's different aspects that the parents are also involved. So you also don't want to waste their time on top of everyone else's time.
True. True. I know I appreciated when we did West Side Story this last time. I picked Doc, so I didn't have any singing at all. So they didn't like, expect all the adult people that didn't have a song or didn't have to do anything. We weren't really used at the beginning because everybody's learning the music,
music,
and then
yeah.
learning the steps. And of course, there's a lot of choreography to go along with that. So I appreciated that. The only thing that maybe was a detriment to that was that I didn't get a chance to see everybody do their thing
Right.
and just to be able to kind of fit my role to that.
Mhm.
And so when we came around for us to come on stage to act with everybody else, it's kind of like we're by a little bit behind because we didn't have that. I don't know. I don't know. Just that we knew each other enough
Mhm.
to be comfortable with doing the acting. I guess and for me, it took a little bit to get to that point, but I did appreciate that my time was valuable to everybody. That they knew that hey, why are you gonna have this guy sit around and do nothing? We're singing and he doesn't sing. Why do we need to have him there? So I kind of appreciate that. And, that was Peter's last directing
His-
portion.
yeah.
I let Lori took over toward the end of that, but she just says the same thing. She, like you said, recognizes people's time, and it's not always have to have that person there. Even if it's just one or two lines, you could probably not have to waste the time
Right.
for that, right? So I do appreciate that, but I can see the other side of it where somebody like myself who didn't have that benefit to work with the other people was a little bit of a disadvantage. But I mean, like I said, I caught up and it was fine. But I could see because that's something that really big. We had a lot of people in that cast, and
Mhm.
you don't want to have
Yeah,
35
West
people,
Side's a big cast.
35 people, and
Yeah.
it's kind of too much. Everybody separate each other. So I get that, but it was like I said, it worked out for me, so it was fine.
And the elf cast is so good about just kind of staying on top, like managing themselves.
Mhm.
The adults, of course. The kids, they need a little work. It's okay though. They're kids. And honestly, I do appreciate the kids because they bring such a youthfulness to Aurora into the cast. They keep us on our toes in the best way I can say it. But in a nice way, and they're just so happy to be there and so grateful to be there. Like there's no one in this cast that I can say like has a bad attitude or like shows that they don't want to be there. Everyone wants to be there, and everyone takes the initiative that if they are not being used on stage, they will go and sit in the lobby and go over their lines, or they'll, if Holly's there, they'll work with Holly on solos or on harmony stuff.
Right.
They're very good about staying productive.
I've even seen some of the kids like go out into the lobby and just like work on the choreography.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
Self-motivated.
Yeah,
They're very,
for sure.
very, very motivated little girls. But yeah, it's kind of weird because like yes, I've been in casts where people take the initiative, but like there's something about this cast that they're really going above and beyond to make sure they know what they need to know.
I honestly think it's because like this show is so new,
Yeah,
especially for Aurora.
it's never been done in South Texas, I
No.
think.
Really?
Aurora's the first theater to put it on Elf.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why like the entirety of the cast, especially like the kids, are like so motivated to like get everything
Cool.
put together.
That's awesome.
It's also just it's Christmas. Everyone
Yeah.
loves Christmas.
Everybody loves Christmas.
And I've got all the nice fall decorations up in the house right now, but I'm ready for Christmas decorations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that it's really nice to see, I guess, just like a new excitement to Aurora. Probably because the show has never been done. So everyone's like, yeah. And then of course, Damon, who we all know, he was like off book like the second day.
Oh, Damon is so good about being off book. Like
Yeah.
even in Shakespeare, he was like off book and like that. And I'm like, okay.
And then in Shakespeare, he also like printed out this whole thing to give to Larry
Yes.
to like learn his lines.
Yes. Yeah, Larry, if you all don't know, listening, had 2-3 weeks to
Yeah.
learn the entire play and get off book, and
He was our third Lysander.
yes, our third Lysander.
He was our third Lysander. So
It was rough, and we are so proud of him for stepping into this.
Yes.
So proud.
thankful for Larry.
And that was his first show ever too.
Yeah.
Wow, he did a good job.
Yeah. It was
Oh, that's so funny. But in regards to the question and staying creative, stay creative, friends. So, but staying creative and not getting that fatigue, that creative fatigue, when it's community theater, this is not our full-time job. Like, this is not like we have full-time jobs. We're exhausted before we even get there. Some rehearsals starting 6:30, 7:30 at night, getting done
10,
at 10.
9:30.
Especially towards the end in tech week, you're not leaving till 10. And then as director, you're not out of there till midnight.
I was gonna say production team wise, like midnight.
Yeah.
There was one show I did. I forgot what show it was, but I like stayed at Aurora until like 2 a.m. one time.
Yeah. Costume.
Just painting the set just to
Yeah.
get it ready.
Yeah.
It was me and Brian Messa. What show was that? Oh my God, it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna randomly remember it. I don't even think it was a show. I think it was like a camp or something. But even like with the camps that like Aurora does, and even Harbor, I've seen some of the Harbor camps. Everyone that works on those camps puts 110% into those shows. Those no matter how big the show is or how small the show is, they're putting 110%. And I'm assuming that's where these kids learn this ambition and this to be productive and to just keep moving. Of course, they have a lot more energy than me.
Than all of us.
Yes.
And the creative side of my life, I think, is what continues to give me energy, though. You know, because my 8 to 5 is sometimes, dealing with having conversations of choosing death and, and I sit at my computer all day in my bedroom in my little homemade office, so being able to get out in the evening and be with humans and not sit in my little room by myself, it's hard for me to talk on that creative fatigue,
Right.
mental fatigue in general, just because life is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the theater is what gives me life.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And to stay away from that fatigue of the creative part, I just think that just goes to remembering the love that you have for the theater and why you're there,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and that you're not there just for yourself. You're there for the art and for the people, and people are relying on you no matter how small your part is.
Right.
Honestly, opening night is always my favorite part of a show, because you finally see the finished product, but everyone just looks so happy on stage. And that's honestly my favorite part, is just seeing everyone so happy, because you can see that they want to be there and you can see all the hard work they've put in. And being on like the production team side, it makes you want to cry. I'm getting teared up again. It makes you want to cry because it's so heartwarming to see that you put in all your hard work for this show.
Yeah.
But those are like your babies. Like you helped them these past X amount of months, and now they're doing it. It's their show at that point.
Yeah.
You're kind of just there.
Yeah. You just sit back and watch and let it happen. There's no more critiquing. There's no more, like, it's theirs and you
Yeah.
just get to enjoy it.
I remember, I think it was during Tech Week, and it was like it was very cold during January for West Side
For
Story.
West Side.
Oh yeah.
I think we didn't get out of uh for Tech Week one day until like maybe midnight,
Yeah.
and I think that's because like we ran the show, I want to say twice
Yeah.
maybe at one point, and that night I was so tired. The next day I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to go to work. So I was like, I want to drop the show. Like I wanted to drop the show. I didn't want to do the show anymore. And then opening night came, and I was like gung ho, like ready to go.
It's so
Like seeing all my
ridiculous.
castmates and everything. It's like, let's do this, let's do this. We're hyping each other up and everything. It's like, and then seeing like the audience.
Especially if you're in if you're in a show that I don't want to say was rough, like the rehearsal process was rough, but there was, for example, Nonsense. I was an understudy in Nonsense. We lost Peter Lopez during that time period. They were doing Hedwig at the same time as Nonsense. There was just so many factors that were almost kind of against Nonsense, but just not like in a bad way or anything. But there was just so many outside factors that were affecting Nonsense that when Nonsense finally went up, it was kind of like a like we can breathe, and the nuns looked happy, and everyone was just happy, and that's what's worth it at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
No matter how much these outside factors affect a show, as long as that show still goes up,
Yeah.
you made it. You did it.
Right.
Which reminds me, I think one of the most heart-touching moments of love for the theater was during Shakespeare. There was a weekend, it was the weekend that school was starting, and there were not very many tickets sold for a Sunday matinee.
Mhm.
I think it was Sunday matinee. We, like, the night before, there were only like 3 tickets sold for Sunday matinee at that point, but school was starting on Monday, and it's just
Last minute stuff.
yeah, it was just a hard day. So I had to go into the green room and let the cast know, hey guys, if we don't sell tickets by, X amount of tickets by tomorrow morning at 10, we're going to have to
Cancel the show.
cancel the show.
I remember that.
And the entire cast looked at me and goes, it was this, no, we can't.
Just no, you don't understand.
We have to do the show. Like they they're like, how many tickets do we need to sell? Okay, let's share. Let's get,
We
like, I'm calling
literally-
friends, I'm calling family, I'm calling this.
Everybody started posting on
Yeah.
social
Yeah,
media
immediately.
immediately.
Immediately. It wasn't a, oh, I get a day of rest.
Yeah.
You know, it was a, no, we have to do the show.
Mhm.
And it was just like, that is what this is about. Like, the fact that they love the show, they love what they're doing, they want to be on stage. It was just, it was really awesome to see.
I happen to be blessed because the two shows that I was in and Aurora both sold out their runs, and so I didn't have to worry about so much of the people. It's because to me, I felt after a long week of work, especially once the show started, a long week of work, I would look forward to the Friday, Saturday, Sundays,
Mhm.
or Friday, Saturdays for Rocky. But I look forward to it because it was my outlet. It was my I get to be creative. I get to act like somebody that I'm not. It was a release, kind of a way for me, and so I looked at it maybe differently than other people did because it was just like I'm just happy to be here, right? I'm just like, hey, they allowed me to be here. I'm going to be able to do my thing, and very little pushback is what how I did it. Nobody really told me, hey, I don't like the way you're doing that. Can you do that? Nobody actually told me anything, and I'm kind of like, well, where's the direction at? I'm waiting for Peter to say or somebody to say, hey, don't do it like that, do it like this.
Mhm.
They just said okay and didn't question. And I'm like, I've never done this before. It was like, yeah, but do it, and it was so
Luckily for
great.
Dr. Scott, you were kind of just in a
Yeah,
wheelchair.
thanks. Thank God for that because the dance moves alone was going to kill me. But yeah, but just that and then, but even that we didn't have the wheelchair till like a week before the show
Yeah,
started.
we did.
So I was practicing in just a chair, just that we would roll a chair.
Mhm.
Finally got the wheelchair in there, and it was
It was
whole different day. I had to learn. Oh, how do I didn't know how to control a wheelchair, so I had to learn how to steer it, and because I had to get across the stage around, especially that last scene, I had to go back and forth. But again, didn't. It's like they wasn't focused. Peter didn't focus on me to say, "Hey, I don't like the way you're doing this." Dude. He would say, "Okay, this is where I want you to be,
Mhm.
but do whatever.
Do what you
Let me
felt was
do that." And
natural.
I felt so lucky
Mhm.
that I didn't have to. I was waiting for you're doing it wrong or you're not doing it the right way. I was ready for that, and I never got that. Which I don't know if that's just because they didn't want to make me mad, or they just thought that was okay for what I was doing. That was what the part needed for. So, and I feel blessed that I got to uh, have that outlet because I have two kids, I'm married and 50-ish years old, and so this is I'm kind of starting late in this. You
Mhm.
started when you're like I said in your 18, 17. I started in my 50s, and so it's kind of like um, to me, I feel that you get to take have this extra stuff outside your home to come up and be on stage for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and be somebody different. To me, it's just a great outlet to do that, and I always looked at it that way.
My biggest, like, I guess, transformation for a role was Olivia. Um, I'm not Olivia. I'm
Yeah.
I'm complete opposite of Olivia, actually. Um, but it was Olivia threw me for a loop because she starts off like a sweet little country girl, even though I never did the country accent. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It was like, if we really wanted it, we would have asked.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then she turns into like
A vixen.
a vixen. I was trying to find the word. I was like, no, you can't say that word. So that was like I would be exhausted after Shakespeare. Because it was such like a quick mindset type of thing. And I know that I started 17, 18, but it was mainly just community theater. I've only done one other straight play, and it was Rumors, and they asked me to come in Tech Week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh,
Or it was Tech Week or the week before Tech Week, and we still wore the face guards because it was right after pandemic. Um, Never auditioned for a straight play until Murder, which was always directed, or hold on, Orient on the Murder on the Orient Express. There we are. Can't just say murder like that.
yeah, a lot of this.
You could say it, but you don't want to.
And I was like, no, I want to do a straight play. I'm gonna figure this out. And then they did Shakespeare, and I was like, I'm just gonna audition. So Shakespeare is actually the first play that I've auditioned for and got into.
Oh wow.
Because rumors, they asked me to come in, and then murder, I did audition, but I didn't get cast. So Shakespeare is kind of a monumental moment for me.
And you played her so well.
Thank
Yes.
you. But it was,
out phenomenal.
but there was at one point during the show a kind of where I had like the same mindset as you, that I felt like I started too late. Because I'm looking at these kids and I'm like, oh my God, like y'all are 7 and y'all are dancing like this and y'all are singing like this. I was like, y'all got a lot of talent. But I think it's just, it goes back to the passion. Like, as long as you love what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're going to want to keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm constantly going to rehearsals where my time's wasted, I'm going to lose the passion, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I got other things I need to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hi.
Well, I loved this topic
Yes,
today.
this is a great topic.
It's a very good topic. And if you all have any tips out there in the world of listening, please put it in the comments, email us, message us. We'd love to hear your thoughts, see your thoughts, topics you'd like for us to talk about in the future. Please let us know.
Yes.
Questions you'd like for us to ask?
Guests you like us to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you guys ever wondered why actors always carry pencils?
Why actors always carry pencils?
Yeah.
Because half the time copyright. It literally says that you can't write with a pen in your script.
It's just in case they need to draw the curtain.
It's just so much.
And that was our joke.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be here at podcast.
Tip your waitresses.
With that being said,
stay creative, friends.
Stay creative. Bye.
All opinions and comments expressed by the hosts and guests of this podcast are solely those of the individual speakers and do not represent the views or positions of any theater or theatrical organization with which they may be affiliated.